artist family, you choosing this as a career, you know, artist has its pros and cons.
Absolutely.
So how difficult was it for you to choose? Like everywhere we see that artists, their payments,
Correct.
the career,
Correct.
the rolling, the money factor is
Right.
very crucial.
Right.
Whichever art you take. So how did you decide to know this is the thing? Knowing you are a bright student, you had other options also.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would have seen you in the college teaching.
Right,
this,
absolutely.
So how did you choose only Kathak then?
So honestly, when I decided to take up Kathak, I hadn't thought much about it because it was so organic and I was in love with the form. So I said I want to do this whatsoever. Later, of course, yes, I did go through a lot of uncertainties. You are continuously, in a form where nothing is settled. You know that today this is the life I'm leading. Tomorrow, I might not have the same life. But somewhere as a person, I enjoy that kind of life. If I'm asked to be settled, then I'm uncomfortable. So I was very happy with that.
You had that quality basically.
Possible, yes. And my father, being a fine artist, he always guided me into certain aspects where if you're a performer, it is important to earn your money because there is never going to be a pension in life. So of course I had my classes to fall back on, and I did a lot of choreographies and a lot of performances, and more than looking at the financial aspect of it, it was always the passion which drove me towards it, and
So the
things
passion succeeded.
to the path that way, yeah, maybe.
Pooja, when you choreograph a musical or a ballet, so people generally think that your role is limited to the rehearsals. So what is it we would like to know?
So as a choreographer, my role starts right at the inception once the script is ready. So it's even before the rehearsals start, because the choreographer always has to work in tangent with the director. So the director visualizes certain things, and there are n number of meetings that we have where we sit and first the script reading happens, where the music department, the dance department, the directors, the backstage team, the production, everyone, set design, everyone is together and they work a lot on the script first. And we all make our notes because every department is working with each other at some point. Yeah, that's always interconnected. So especially when I was doing Umrao Jaan, we had n number of meetings at Salim Sulaimanji's studio, where we used to sit and talk a lot about how we are visualizing the whole scene. And we had our storyboards, we had our designers, lights department. So everybody kind of got together, and on table and on paper, first our design was ready. So then the director would say, this is a place where I want this to come, or that needs to go out at this point. And I would first have to know what kind of a set is there, because unless I know how much space I have on stage, I cannot start choreographing. So I have to be in tangent with the set designer. So he will tell me that, this prop is going to be here, this is going to be there. And there are at length, risers, everything. And there are designs for all of them ready on your computer, where now you get stuff with measurements. So this is where your entry exit is going to be there, the LED is here, the distance from the audience is this much. So all those things we know. We also have to work with the costume department, because we need to know between two songs how much time we have for changes of the costume, or what kind of costume we should be having for what song, because what do we want to say through that.
So there also you have your say.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because if there is a particular song where I have visualized that there are a lot of chakkars I want, then you need a costume which has that gear, because if it doesn't, then it'll all fall flat. Then the light designer will also tell us that, I'm planning to give this kind of a lighting, so then the color of the costume could be this. So this is how we chit chat. And then the director kind of has the upper hand of all of this, where he says, okay, this is okay, that is not. And then my work is a lot with the music department. So I had actually a good privilege of working with Salimji very closely, because Salimji had given me a complete freedom of doing whatever you want. So there were in fact times when I was composing few todas and some tatkars that I thought would be really beautiful for it, and he very beautifully amalgamated that in his music. So even before we get to rehearsals, there's a lot of work that goes in. Then comes training, because you need dancers, you need to audition them, you need to see what you're, because in Umrao Jaan, our lead actress is a singer. She has not danced in her life. So then for me to start workshopping her, training her into what is Kathak, how to get the adas out of her, and she sings live in Umrao. So Pratibha Singh Baghel, who is playing Umrao, so I have to train and then design my choreography such that she doesn't go breathless, because dance, you go out of breath, and in singing you need breath. So I have to choreograph movements on her such that she's able to sing at the same time. And so then the design comes in again, because using other dancers, as for example, there's one song Justuju Jiski Thi. So in that song we are talking about what happens in Umrao's mind. So the other dancers are kind of bringing that out. And after that, when the show is then ready, we have a lot of technical rehearsals, because everything that we had planned in the studio now needs to be translated on stage. And once that is done, my job doesn't stop, because there are, say for example, we are doing a season of 15 shows together. Every show there is always something new that we find out. So then there is work, rework. There are sometimes dancers that change. There are sometimes we realize that, oh, this the timing between these two songs is very less, so there's no possibility of a costume change. So then we have to rework some bits accordingly. So the work doesn't stop.
So you travel?
Yeah, I do travel with the team, and if there are a set of say 20-25 shows, then the first 4-5 shows I set up everything for them, and then they continue. So my assistants then take over and do the work. So it's not just only till the rehearsals, but there's a lot of work that goes before and after.
So basically, you have done a lot of choreographies, but two famous or maybe multiple shows which you have done is Umrao Jaan and Beyond Bollywood.
Correct,
right?
yeah.
So how was Beyond Bollywood planned, and what was the structure of it?
So Beyond Bollywood, I did not choreograph the piece. I was a performer in Beyond Bollywood. So I was playing the lead in Beyond Bollywood, and the role was of a Kathak dancer. So that was a completely different experience, because I was creatively not as involved as I was in Umrao. But of course the Kathak solo bits were all my creations. And that is a completely different experience, because here it is all about performance, and the director is directing you. So creatively you are not taking decisions, but you are kind of giving back what the director is asking you to do.
You are executing his vision.
Absolutely that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and one more thing, like you have traveled across the borders. Yeah. So, are there any instances like fun elements on the stage, or some fumble which I am doing right now currently in this show, kind of stuff?
Yeah. In fact, fumbling keeps happening all the time. So I think it's a part of being an artist. And I think that's the reason why you are doing it too. And lot of times, in fact, only the artist knows what is going wrong on stage, because we are trained in a way that the audience never comes to know what has gone wrong. So n number of times things have not gone according to plan, and we have had to adapt. So
how did you cover up?
Sometimes by doing some extempore movements, sometimes maybe by taking a dialogue here and there, sometimes adding our own dialogues and like kind of maybe subtracting some, and but it's all about, that's the beauty of stage, because everything cannot happen 2 + 2 = 4, so there is always that. Absolutely, yeah.
Stage presence.
Totally that, yeah.
So, coming back to your Bombay thing, you have your own classes by the name Pooja Pant Dance Academy.
Dance company.
Dance company.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how did you manage your time in these classes, your choreographies, your shows? How do you manage it?
So, see, basically, I love teaching. So, I had decided very long time ago that I want to teach because I really enjoy doing that. And teaching makes me learn a lot. So, that is something which I have decided that I don't want to stop doing, however busy I am. So, it started. I started my classes about 13 years ago, and managing it used to earlier become very difficult because there was always an adjustment which I had to do because I was traveling or I had performances. But luckily, I've really got very good students who were all okay with that kind of a setup. And now I have about 8 trainers with me who stand up for me when I am not there. But in spite of that, I make it a point that I am there in the class because that student-teacher relation that I enjoy with the young ones is something I don't want to stop. So it's kind of managed now.
So, we would just like the audience to know what are your class timings and where are your classes based basically?
So my head office is in Villeparle and the main branch is in Villeparle East, and we have another branch in Virar West. And I also take some private trainings where people cannot travel to come this side. So then I send my trainers to go and teach them there. Yeah.
So whoever wants to get in touch, go on Facebook, Pooja Pant Dance Company.
Correct.
Yeah. So that's the place you should go. So now that you have traveled so many places, which is your favorite destination and what is your food
Preference?
Yeah.
I have 2 favorite spaces. One is home, and when I'm not at home, there's a very beautiful city called Bruges in Europe.
Okay.
It's a very small little town, and it's just extremely beautiful. So that is one of my favorites. And I also really enjoy being in London because that's a beautiful city that I enjoy. Yeah.
So
And you also asked me about food preferences. So I'm a huge chicken fan, and hence I don't have trouble when I'm traveling because I generally get choices to have food. So, yeah.
So now coming to the last question, what would you advise the young Kathak experts or maybe a general dancers, performers? What is the basic quality they should develop for this?
So my very earnest request to dancers who want to take this up as a career is that you should first take very good amount of training and invest your time, energy, effort, everything to train first, at least a minimum of 10 to 12 years, even if you have started late, because that will give you a sense of the form and then start experimentation. So don't start your experimenting immediately as soon as you know that you're at an intermediate level and you start experimental because that's the thing now.
Yeah.
So training will help you take a good path in experimentation. I'm not against experimenting at all. I myself experiment a lot, but having your basics right is very important. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Pooja, for being with us.
Thank you very much, and it's actually a pleasure to be with E-Field. Thank you very much.